going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to do the NFL Week 12 Beast Picks. Joining me once again, Rainy48.
That's me.
We got the sign.
That is a sign. You're correct. It was here 2 weeks ago.
Sign. Yes, we
It's a sign that if we end up using Zoom, we probably won't get the full episode done.
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
We never even said what teams were on a bye last week.
Yeah, we didn't. But I did put it in the description though.
Well, back this week.
The video, the YouTube video. But yeah, we are back this week in the studio. 8-5, 11-3, me. Yeah. But anyways, regardless, all right. So nonetheless, is there teams on the bye?
There are teams on a bye. 6 teams actually: Falcons, the Bills, the Bengals, the hopeless Jaguars, the Saints, and the Jets.
Yes, the Jets need it because they fired their GM, by the way, today.
They should just fire Woody Johnson.
They can't fire the owner, though.
I wish they could.
Same thing like Jerry Jones won't fire himself as the GM. He should have done that 6 years ago, but he'll never do that. Anyways, so, the first game is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns.
This doesn't make a lot of sense.
Thursday Night Football. What?
Steelers are only a 3.5 point favorite.
The Steelers are for real.
I don't know if I'd say they're for real.
I think for real.
They knocked off the Ravens, but how many touchdowns did they score?
Yeah, but it was a defensive game.
Doesn't matter. You scored 0 touchdowns. You got downfield. I don't know how many times that team could be way better, and somebody will exploit that. Regardless, 3.5 points Pittsburgh. I'm taking Pittsburgh with the win. I don't trust Cleveland. Cleveland's horrendous. I don't care how many yards Jameis Winston throws for and how many cool pregame speeches he gives. That team is bad. Excuse me. Give me Pittsburgh 31, Cleveland 17.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns, they suck, and this is probably going to give them an opportunity to bring Deshaun Watson back because they suck so bad. Which is very unfortunate.
We already talked. They don't have an option. They have to bring Deshaun Watson back.
No, but I mean, like starting him.
They have to have him on the roster. I don't think they're going to bring him back. They're going to draft a rookie quarterback.
But they're going to still start Watson.
I don't think they will.
I think they will.
I don't think they will.
I think they might draft a quarterback. I think you're right about that, but I don't think they're going to start the quarterback.
I think they start.
It's not a rookie contract, so they can.
That's why they do it. They're not Green Bay. They're not going to just draft a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract and burn 3 years.
We'll see about that. I don't know, man. But anyways, I do agree with you, though, on Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers opens a can of whoop ass on the Cleveland Browns. I think it is 27-6. I think they easily beat them. This is an easy team to beat. They should beat
Cleveland score a touchdown?
No. I think
2 field goals.
2 field goals. Yep. Steelers easily get the win and put the dominance. They are the underrated team of the AFC, and look out for the Steelers this year because they win that division, man. They're gonna be right up in the hunt for Super Bowl. I think they're gonna be right up there with these guys. I mean, they're the surprising team this year. Next, Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans.
The Texans are an 8-point favorite.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. Texans should win this game. They're the better team than the Tennessee. Tennessee has got quarterback problems. They got all-around issues. Texans, I was but the bush. I'm going to say 31-10. Texans.
I'm going to go Texans as well. I really think that the Titans are horrendous. They are one of the worst teams in the league. Let's say Houston does it 28-17. It's a little closer because it is, I don't think that their defense is that good no matter what they did against Dallas. Dallas is just really bad also. The Titans showed a little bit of life the other day. It's just not enough.
Yeah. What'd you say what the score was?
I think it was 28-17.
Yeah. All right. And these are the Sunday game, by the way. Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears.
The Vikings are a 3.5 point favorite.
So, on the behalf of we owning the Bears still, it would like me to see the Bears win. And I know what you're thinking. We only lost by 1 point.
A point on a play that they're reviewing for penalties.
It was not a penalty.
They're reviewing for penalties.
No, I looked at the rule book that only the argument is only applied to college, where you can go off on 1 second. It's not specifically says that in the NFL. It was completely valid.
Well, clearly it would if they sent it to the league office. I think.
Well, no, the Bears are landing the league office, but they're not. Obviously, it's not going to change the outcome.
Why would you send it to the league office if that's not an NFL rule? You have rules analysts. You're wrong.
No.
Regardless, the Packers are not as good as he says. The Bears are not good either. But he doesn't own the Bears. The only bear you own is a Green Bay Packers teddy bear. Congratulations.
I don't own that either.
Shockingly, so you don't own either bear.
No.
Get to the point of who's winning this game.
The Bears.
I hate when that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers said it.
Aaron Rodgers isn't even a Packer.
Well, he said it when he was.
You can sign him back as a backup quarterback next year when he gets fired from the Jets.
He's not getting fired from the Jets. I'd bet on that, actually.
What's your prediction?
My prediction is the Minnesota Vikings, unfortunately, win. Bears, the reason why they were able to get a lot of yardage on us is because Alexander missed most of the game and made our cornerbacks really suck. But nonetheless, I don't see them beating the Vikings. I think the Vikings win 24-14.
I'm going with the Vikings too. Every excuse in the book out of the Packers fan here.
Oh, they're reviewing it for a penalty.
You just made it sound like they ran the game on you passing, and they didn't. Their top receiver had 55 yards.
They did. They were running wide open on us. They were wide open. I was watching the game. I couldn't believe it. They were getting wide
Caleb
open.
Williams threw for 230 yards.
Yeah, I know.
That's not destroying the Packers.
No, but his receivers were wide open on first downs and critical plays, like fourth downs and third downs. It was crazy. I'm telling you, I was watching it. It was ridiculous.
Regardless, I'm taking the Vikings 21-17. It's going to be a close game again, and the Vikings fans can go brag about how they own them too or something. I don't know.
All right, next, Dallas Cowboys at the Washington Commanders.
Commanders are a 10.5-point favorite, as they should be.
They should be.
The Cowboys are horrendous.
They don't got their quarterback anymore, and
Yeah, but he threw well last night.
Well,
he threw for almost 400 yards.
Yeah, but they didn't really score that much.
You're right, but he still threw for almost 400 yards.
Yeah,
and it looked better than Dak did most of the time this year.
Yeah, well, Dallas has got. We can both agree on this. Dallas Cowboys just got a bunch of problems this year, and
mainly Jerry Jones. Yes.
Well, yeah, but he's always been the problem. Like, it's just the whole team. It's just abysmal right now. Commanders are on a pretty good streak. I mean, they lost to the Eagles, but the Eagles, division team. I think this game, the Cowboys are really separated from the Commanders. I say the Commanders win. I'm gonna give it 34 to maybe 10.
All I know is I'm pissed off that the league allowed Philadelphia to fix their biggest issue in back-to-back picks in the NFL draft, because they stole Quinyon Mitchell and whatever the hell the other corner's name is, Cooper DeJean. They should have not gotten one, let alone both of them. Both of them had first-round grades. They got both in the second round. And those have been the lights-out corner play for Philly. You don't win that game if you don't shut out Terry McLaurin to the sound that they did. That being said, I don't trust the Cowboys defense. I don't really trust the Washington defense, but I think it's better than
Cowboys.
Cowboys for sure. Let's say Jaden Daniel comeback game, 38 to 9.
3 field goals.
Yep.
All right. And hopefully the Commanders' stadium, since they have a history of problems with their stadium, hopefully they don't have debris falling through their stadium like the Cowboys did right before the Houston Texans game. But anyways, I digress. New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins.
The Miami Dolphins are a 7-point favorite. And they should be.
The Patriots?
No, the Dolphins are a 7-point favorite. The Patriots didn't look bad last game, but at the same time, they blew that lead pretty hard. They covered the spread, that's for sure. But the Dolphins' offense looks like it's starting to fire on all cylinders. I'm not going to say it's a runaway. I'm going to say 24-20 Miami.
24-20. I also think the Miami Dolphins do get the dub here. The Dolphins, with Tua, are a much better team than they have been when they were without him. And I think they're a better team than the Patriots with Tua in there. So I am going to say the Dolphins do eke it out. I'm going to say 26-20 Dolphins.
All right, next game.
We have the Kansas City Chiefs at the Carolina Panthers.
As I'm sure you can guess, the Chiefs are a 10.5 point favorite.
Surprised it's only 10.
I mean, to be fair, have the Chiefs really played that well the last couple weeks?
But yeah, but the Panthers are a horrible team.
Why not make it the upset?
I wouldn't go for that.
I'm not calling it either, but why not make it the upset?
I don't know. Vegas must have a lot of interesting takes. Anyways, Kansas City Chiefs do get back on the schneid here. They did lose to the Bills, but I expected them to lose to the Bills. It's going to be the game. Probably the game's not going to be lopsided, but I think they just beat them pretty easily because the Panthers are just not a good team. I'm going to say 27-14 Chiefs.
So the benefit for the Panthers here is they are getting their top receiver back, which is the receiver position that Buffalo actually exploited them pretty well with last week, the slot receiver. They've also been finally firing up a tight end. Jatavion Sanders has looked good. I'm not going to say they win, but I would tell you happily to play them with the points. I think it's a one-possession game again. I do not think it's 10. I'm going to say the Chiefs win 24-21.
Oh, so you're going with 3 points.
It's a tight game, yes.
Possession. Okay. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Jersey Giants.
Did I say that last week too?
What?
I saw something on what is now known the artist formerly known as Twitter, aka X, and it was
Twitter.
Well, I do too, but I don't know who on Elon Musk might cancel us if we don't call it X.
No. Well, more people will just switch to Blue Sky.
I don't even know what the hell that is, but
It's basically like an alternative to Twitter.
regardless, somebody posted what the records would be in the event that you took every one possession game and flip-flopped it in the other way. The Chiefs would have had 2 victories on the year in that event. They would have been 2-7. That's how, out of 9 wins prior, 7 of those wins were one possession games.
Yeah.
Like, they're not pulling away. They're winning on questionable tactics.
Well, to be fair, Colts were kind of like that in 2006, though, when they won the Super Bowl, so it's not that.
I don't think I'd say it that bad, because nobody ever called Peyton Manning as being the guy who was getting favoritism from the refs. That was always Tom Brady.
No, I know that. I know that, but I'm saying that, like, in 2006, when they won the Super Bowl, they were, like, in one-possession games in a lot of the games that they were undefeated in.
I'm just saying there's different reasons for one-possession games here.
But anyways, are we? Do we talk about the? Oh yeah, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New York Giants.
The Bucs are a 5.5 point favorite.
Favorites. They are starting.
Dommy Cold Cuts.
Yep. They are starting him.
Let me start it off hot. Give me the Giants on an upset. That's a team that Brian Daboll is going to drag the most out of them. Somehow he didn't get fired. He knows that this is the last chance he has to play for his job. Tommy DeVito played very well for Daboll last year in short amounts. They do have Malik Neighbors, which is a much better weapon than they had at any given point in time last year. And the Buccaneers have a horrendous secondary. I'm going to say it's kind of a shootout, but I'm going to go 28-23 Giants.
Yeah, I had a YouTube short ready for that if he got fired.
Yeah?
I had it all ready to go and nothing happened. I was so mad. I had a short ready for that one, but didn't happen. But anyways, yeah, this is really Dable's last chance, and obviously that's why they're starting a new quarterback.
Well, it's not even why they're starting a new quarterback. It's why they're starting this new quarterback. They paid a lot of money to have Drew Lock as the number 2, and they went and picked Tommy DeVito over Drew Lock.
Yeah. He wasn't he the guy. He was the one who beat the Packers last year.
Yes, right? He was.
Yeah.
And then he made a name for himself. Then he fell apart.
Yeah. So, you know what? I'm going to go with the upset too here. I'm going to say the Giants get it done. I'm going to say it's close. I'm going to give me like a 20-17. It's going to be an overtime, and I think he win. They kick the field goal in overtime win. So that's where I'm going with Giants.
Okay.
All right. Detroit Lions at the Indianapolis Colts.
The Lions are only a 7-point favorite.
Yeah, and
I don't care
we recorded before they announced that Joe Flacco was being benched, but they did bench him for the Jet game, and that is the case.
And here. Anthony Richardson looked pretty damn good. It's supposed to be the rest of the year. That's what Shane Steichen said.
Yeah, but they also said that about Joe Flacco.
Yes,
too,
but
so
did you hear what came out about it?
What?
Shane Steichen pretty much threw ownership and the GM under the bus. Steichen said, "I never planned on benching him. That was at the request of ownership. I want Richardson starting the rest of the year." Steichen stated that. Their head coach didn't have interest in benching him.
But then, okay, well then why?
Because you immediately saw him come out and fall flat. Flacco didn't have a great game against Buffalo. He didn't have a great game the week prior. Like, he has not been the revelation. Like, he had a very good game the first 2 weeks, and then he has not done anything since. The first 2 weeks taking over for the Colts, great, sure. Nothing since.
Well, we'll see how this turns out.
Detroit's a 7-point favorite. They should be more. I don't care if
the only thing that can hurt the Lions is themselves, really. Like, that's really the only thing, because they did throw 5 interceptions, but they still won.
So here's one of the bigger issues, I guess, that we'll measure with in terms of impact again. Not only did we see, they already lost Aiden Hutchinson for the year, but they're now without linebacker Alex Anzalone potentially for the remainder of playoffs until the Super Bowl. Dude is out minimum of 6 to 8 weeks with a broken bone. So they're an issue for themselves if they can't stay healthy.
Yeah, that, and then again, it's comes down to them, like, because again, Goff played horrible 2 weeks ago. I mean, he beat Jacksonville, but anybody can beat Jacksonville.
The only thing that makes me think that they are pedestrian, and I'm not saying that they're not good, but what happens if you key in solely on the 2 top receivers? I don't know how one of those guys always ends up free. Like, that's my thing, is I think Buffalo has enough talent to be able to lock them down. How they have 3 guys that go over 75 yards every game is wild to me.
Yeah.
I just don't get it. Very talented offense, but I think somebody who's going to find the key. And I'm a Detroit fan. That's actually the team that scares me.
What, the Bills and the Lions?
I don't want to see that at all. That is 2 desperate franchises. And unfortunately,
the only positive thing of that would be
you would have a brand new Super Bowl champion. But unfortunately, as a Bills fan, and I will go on record and say this, I am terrified if it were Detroit Buffalo that Buffalo's not winning that Super Bowl.
I don't know. Josh Allen.
Josh Allen's great.
Josh Allen's risky just as much as Dan Campbell is.
But Josh Allen's risky. Sean McDermott is not. I think Dan Campbell would outcoach.
That 4th and 2. That 4th and 2, man. That was all Josh Allen.
You're right. Regardless, I think Detroit absolutely slaps them. It's not going to be as bad as what they did last week. Currently the most points scored in a game in the season, right?
52?
Yeah.
I think so.
I'm going to still call it a pretty big win. I'm going to say 38-13, Detroit.
I don't know if it's going to be that big. I am going to say, unfortunately, Lions will win. I'm going to give it a more moderate score. I'm going to say 28-17. I'm going to give it to Detroit.
Listen, Detroit's one of my only 2 hopes left at really winning me any money for the season. Detroit and Buffalo are going to be the 2 that win me money on wins, hopefully.
Yep. All right, we'll see how this goes. 4:05 game. Denver Broncos at the Las Vegas Raiders.
I will tell you one thing. This is another one where they did a horrible job.
What's the betting odds though?
It's only 5.5 for Denver.
Yeah.
The Raiders suck. The Broncos look for real.
Yeah, I mean, you picked against them for your 11-5 Falcons.
I don't know what is going wrong in Dirty Bird land, but they need to figure that out because that team is fried. You know what? Maybe it's just in time for Thanksgiving. We've got fried bird on the menu. Look, if there's one thing I can take happily about this, my original Dynasty League I'm in, I co-own that. And the guy I co-own, other Frank,
Yep.
him and I co-own it, and he argued with me. And I got my way. And I got one quarterback this year out of the draft.
Bo Nix.
It was Bo fucking Nix. And he has been huge because it's a 2-quarterback league. So you have to start 2. That's been huge for us to get that guy. Just hope he keeps it up. Denver's going to win this by a lot. This will be Denver going to 45 points. Denver 45. Denver 45. Raiders 6. Almost a repeat of what the Broncos just did.
I think the Broncos will win. I'm gonna say it's big, just like you did. I think it's gonna be 41. I'm gonna give the Raiders a little bit more. I'm gonna say 17. 41-17.
Fun fact:
Broncos.
I almost rage quit and broke my dad's bar last week. I had a touchdown parlay in, right?
I mean, just like how he destroyed the Jets.
The Jets can, but I had a touchdown parlay in, and we were watching the Raiders game at the end. And I looked at the Raiders running back, and I'm like, none of them are consistent. Why would I play Alex Madison? And I saw the running back score a touchdown, and I thought it was Madison. Thankfully, it was Amir Abdullah. I would have been really mad if it was Madison, because I would have called that and would have money on it. Yeah. All right, 425s.
Yep. We have the Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle just won a big, surprising game against the Niners.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd put them over Arizona, and they are the 1-point favorite.
I think it makes sense that they're a pick 'em. It could go either way. Seattle's been Seattle's been on and off. You just never know what you're getting out of them. So it
some coffee and I'm not gonna say it. Probably shouldn't say it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I was gonna make a Kurt Cobain joke.
Yeah, but with Seattle they're on and off. It's like you just don't know what you're getting from them.
Beyond Arizona's potential worst part of last year was that their secondary was horrendous. If any other team walked away with as much to gain in the secondary from the draft this year than Philly, it was Arizona. And Arizona's secondary has actually been leaps and bounds better. Who are you taking?
I'm going to take the Cardinals. I can't bet on Seattle right now because I just don't know what I'm getting with Seattle.
Have we picked different from each other all today?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
This might be an even.
Because I'm also going with Arizona here.
Yeah, I think Arizona. Like I said, Arizona has the better odds. They have, I think, the better receiving core. And I just don't know what I'm getting with Geno. Geno is 1 week he does pretty good. He has a comeback against the Niners, and the other weeks he gets blown out. I'm going with the Cardinals. I'm going to say, give me 26-14.
It's wild to me how close the NFC West is, given that it's one game pretty much across the whole board there. What are the Rams at? Okay, yeah, literally one game across the whole board. San Fran, who's 2, 3, and 4 all are at 5 and 5, and Arizona's at 6 and 4. That whole division is a shit shoot.
Well, it used to be that a while back.
It did used to forever, but the thing of it is that used to be the division that was that way, and you'd win it at 6 and 10.
No, it was 8 and 8 or 7 and 9.
Yeah, well.
There's no one that's
I think somebody did it at 6 and 10.
No, it was, Seattle won it at 7 and 9.
Was that the NFC South that won it at 6 and 10?
No, I don't think anyone won it. It's either 7 and 9 or 8 and 8.
Regardless, I'm going with the Cardinals. I don't trust the Seahawks for anything. I still, put me on record here, you can put me on blast in 3 years if I'm wrong. I do not think that Jackson Smith and Jigba is the top guy. I think they're wasting the potential of DK Metcalf. I understand Tyler Boyd's getting up there in age, which sucks. Or not Tyler Boyd, Tyler Lockett. But yeah, I think the Cardinals are poised to finally have a run at this division. I don't want to say take it. There's a lot of talent in this division.
You still got the 49ers possibility, too.
And then we're both going to have to pick the same pick in the next game. So, but yeah, I'm going to take Arizona here. I'm going to say it's 31-13. Go ahead.
Next, 425, the San Francisco 49ers at my Green Bay Packers.
Do you own them too?
No, unfortunately we don't.
They own you, actually, which is funny. But the Packers are a 2.5-point favorite. And to be fair,
we almost beat them in the playoffs. So
that's a whole different play, a whole different game. Talking about this year, that is a team that lacks steam, velocity, and any killer instinct.
You're talking about the 49ers.
I'm talking about the 49ers. That's a team that lacks any fear coming off of anything for that game. I do want to put down a bet on a stat you'll hate. Did you see that Jordan Love is one of the first quarterbacks ever to throw an interception in all 8 of his first starts of the season?
Like, out of everybody throughout NFL history?
I don't know if it's everybody or if it's since like a very long time ago, but yep, he has thrown a pick in every single game he started this year. He is 8 for 8 with interceptions.
Well, I mean, we still got a winning record, so...
You know what?
It doesn't matter.
As we've quickly learned, interceptions don't necessarily mean anything. Look at Jared Goff. I'm still going with the Packers. I don't have faith in the Niners. I've been saying all year I don't really have faith in the Niners. And you would think with a team that got McCaffrey back that maybe they'd have a little more urgency, and they look pedestrian. The defense is horrible. Their supposed number 1 receiver is just gone. Debo isn't doing shit. Debo's not doing shit. Jawan Jennings is their number 1 right now. Who? Outside of watching the Super Bowl last year, I mean, I do like Jawan Jennings. I feel bad I traded him in 2 dynasty leagues, but like, he should not be your number 1. And your first round pick was Ricky Pearsall. We all could have told you it was a bad choice. He had 0 receptions for 0 yards last week. They're falling apart at the seams.
Yeah.
It pains me. It does. I hate saying it. Packers win 27-17.
27-17?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good pick.
It's not like it's the first time all year I've picked them.
Yeah.
I pick them when they deserve it.
Anyways, it's in Green Bay. I think we'll win. The team is getting really good. I mean, the biggest problem I have with this is I don't know what Jair Alexander is going to be, what his status is going to be.
I want to say I saw good news on him the other day.
You know, he tried to give it a go in the last game, and they had to take him out right away because he couldn't go. And the secondary just collapsed. The secondary was getting Cal Williams was just shredding on the soft passes, the 5-10 yard passes, and the guys were getting open there, and that was a big issue.
That's stupid of Jair Alexander.
What?
Apparently Matt LaFleur threw him under the bus.
Oh, what happened?
That he went in, although he didn't think he could play, and he still tried to give it a shot, and he probably did more damage than good. But I guess the good thing was, he's missed how many weeks?
Only a few.
He missed at least 2, though.
Yeah.
He came back off the injury, so I guess it's probably from that original injury.
But that's my biggest concern is that, I mean, the defense was horrendous. It was his worst defensive performance. Got no turnovers in the game, and it just looked bad. It looked bad, and that's my biggest concern. We got to get back to the way the defense had been playing when we did against Houston, and that's how we got to play. And so that's my biggest concern. But at the end of the day, I still think we have a good enough team to beat the 49ers with our offense, as long as our offense plays good. Christian Watson has been balling.
I don't trust that man.
I would not.
He's
the reason why we won that game.
I would not throw my child out of a burning building to him.
You realize we were winning. We won because of him.
I would.
He had 150 yards.
Whippy shit. Do you know how many 100+ yard receivers there have been in league history that you never hear from again?
He balled.
The man has never put together a consistent season.
He balled.
The only thing that doesn't help the Packers this year is they have somehow faced what may be the toughest nickel corner schedule possible. Because your true number one on that team is absolutely Jaden Reed.
Jaden Reed's the number one receiver, but ever since Christian Watson was demoted to 4, he's balled. He's gotten a lot of yardage and big catches. I mean, you see the one where he got into double coverage, threw it on the flat.
Okay, did you see the one last week where Amari Cooper with a broken wrist caught one-handed on the sideline? We can play that game too, but I don't trust Christian Watson. If the Packers are smart, and you say it every year, you go to the draft and you need a receiver.
I'd rather get one in free agency.
I wouldn't. Why?
Because I want a receiver that's
but you're gonna go out of the way and pay somebody. Look at what happened this year. Who was the highest paid receiver in free agency?
Who was it?
Gabe Davis, who has done nothing. Who else,
that's right.
Who else got paid out the ass? Who's not even a top 5 receiver on the team right now? KJ Osborne, former Vikings receiver. You go to the people that get to free agency are the guys who are not a true number 1 or number 2. Unfortunately, you gotta win it in the draft. You gotta hit it in the draft, and then you gotta sign them long term. As somebody who will admit the Bills got lucky the year they went out and got Cole Beasley and John Brown. That's not happening for every team.
Yeah. Well, but my point on my score, in terms of the score, I'm going to give the Packers 31. I'm going to give the 49ers 17. I think we beat them pretty good. I think Jordan Love puts an all-star performance out, gets about 4 touchdown passes, and I think we look good. And hopefully our defense looks good. Go Pack, go, guys! Let's get those 8 wins.
Wake me up when you actually own a bear.
We already own them.
You don't.
Anyways, Sunday Night Football, Philadelphia Eagles at the LA Rams.
I want you to know I'm the reason your Packers won on Sunday.
No.
Yes, I am. I already had
Carl Williams is our hero.
Already had gone and photoshopped an image of the Bears mascot handing an L to you to send to you after that game, and I just hit save on it and they missed the field goal. I'm the reason you won. I celebrated too early.
I don't believe that, Jinx. Wait, so you actually photoshopped the L? You photoshopped
him handing you the L.
You were ready to were you gonna send that prematurely?
I was waiting until the game was over.
Just imagine you sent that prematurely. Yeah, that will never get released. And I just get the Green Bay one with the bear.
No, that one that I was also going to send you, the only bear you own?
No, I don't own that bear.
Yeah, Frank owns this bear.
I do not own that bear. But anyways, who was the favorites in the Eagles and Rams?
Eagles are a 3-point favorite, and it should be more. The Rams are not good. You beat up on the Pats. No matter what you want to say, the Pats' defense is very good. You cannot win constantly if the only weapon on the Pats' offense is their quarterback. Their receiving is horrible. I don't think I've seen a worse wide receiver duo in a very long time.
Okay. So, would you have...
I'm going with the Eagles, and it's going to be a blowout. I don't trust... The Eagles are the favorite, if that's what you're asking again, by 3 points.
No, the score.
I'm taking the Eagles 31, the Rams 13.
Yeah.
A lot of lopsided games in my book this week.
Yeah, I hope Barkley goes off. But yeah, I do think the Eagles definitely win. I think it's going to be an embarrassing NBC game, let's put it that way, for primetime.
I mean, it could be worse. Honestly, I think I'd rather this game than last week's.
True. I'm going to say 38-10. Eagles.
Yeah, but so they don't even view that as an embarrassing game because guess what? As long as points are being scored, NBC's okay with it. Some drunk asshole in Philly sitting there going, "The Birds."
Anyways,
I'm sorry, it's "Go Birds."
Go
I love the drunk Philly fans.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Marcus Mathers. You don't know who that is.
Who?
Marcus Mathers.
Is he supposed to be an Eagle fan?
He is an Eagles fan, but he's also one of the very first 8 wrestlers who was WWID'd for the indie group. He's 21 years old. He's known as the Young Prodigy, Philly's finest. I've hung out with him. Actually hung out with him at a concert one time in Reading, Pennsylvania. Wonderful human being. Very happy for him. So shout out to Marcus Mathers.
Cool. All right. Monday Night Football. Baltimore Ravens at the LA Chargers.
This could be a coin flip, but it's a 3-point favorite for the Ravens.
Really? I don't know.
I mean, you've been telling me all year about the Harbaugh magic.
Well, they're both Harbaugh, though. Brothers.
And you think, to be fair, and I don't like the Chargers, but you don't think him being gone for this many years, he doesn't want that upset victory?
He might. I mean,
he desperately wants it. Desperately wants it.
Ravens need it, though.
Both teams. Well, I lost that officially. I had Chargers winning no more than 6 games, and that was their 7th win, so I lost that bet. You know what? I didn't realize they were 7-3.
Yeah.
Give me the upset.
You're going with the Chargers?
Give me the Chargers. The Ravens have been shown to be pedestrian. Actually, I want to see this before I give a score. Let me do some homework here off my phone. How many rushing yards a game do the Chargers allow to quarterbacks? I mean, they're not terrible, but they're not good. The maximum yards in a game, they allowed back-to-back 60-yard rushing games against. I do think they're going to put Derwin James as a spy on him, though. I'm going to say they do it in a very tight game, better than last week's Monday night game. Give me the Chargers to win 24-18.
Just so we don't go out here with having all the same games.
Of course, you're taking the Ravens, so we can possibly have a split.
The Baltimore Ravens here. I do think the Ravens want to rebound from losing the Steelers because they got to keep pace within the division, and it's going to be a tough division with them now with the Steelers in contention.
I would rather put my nuts in a physical nutcracker than be a Ravens fan.
The kicker's got to rebound. He missed.
Got to rebound. He just needs to retire.
No, he's got to rebound.
He needs to do something starting with an R-E, and it's not rebound, it's retire.
He can still kick good kicks.
That man, wasn't that the first kicker off the board in our fantasy league?
Yeah.
Hey, who took him?
I did.
How's that going?
I mean, I'm not losing because of him.
You're not in last place.
I'm losing because everyone that I drafted got injured.
You're not in last place for once, so we'll give you the accomplishment there.
I mean, I'm normally not in last place anyways.
You're in the last 2 usually.
No, I was in the championship game just a couple years ago.
Regardless.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Ravens win. I'm going to say... Give me 26-23 Ravens.
Frank, I should have tried to trade it with you in our Dynasty League here. The trade deadline just ended.
Oh, I didn't realize we had a trade deadline.
We do. It was this past week. You have to have one in all leagues for regular season action. Literally, once our playoffs are done, you can make any trade you want for the rest of the year.
Playoffs you can trade?
No. Once the playoffs are finished,
once the playoffs are finished,
you can make trades for the rest of the year. But yeah.
Make sure to, subscribe. If you're watching this on Spotify, make sure to subscribe or follow. I don't know how Spotify
Yeah, you can follow or subscribe.
Follow us on the Spotify version, if you're listening to us. Also, make sure to check out the Green Bay Packers Beast recap show that I do after.
He'll show you the bear that he owns.
No, I don't. No, I don't show that because there's no bear. But I will show you us owning the bear. I do have the recap of us.
He just said he doesn't own a bear, but he said he's going to show you owning a bear. I'm confused.
No.
You got to tune in, I guess, to figure it out, because I'm not going to.
It's metaphorical. Anyways, so, yeah, I break down the stats, the key plays, and, Carl Williams, magical block. Or Carl Brooks, sorry. Why I just said Williams. Carl Brooks, magical block.
Who is Carl Williams? He's a criminal. He's a convicted Australian murderer and drug trafficker. Yeah, go check out Carl Williams' block. He's got a block of cocaine, maybe.
Anyways, you just can't get over that one. Anyways, so yeah, look out for that. Also, you got the chicken dipping.
Yeah, good. You'll remember this time that we're not going to give the other one for a little bit because he did take a hiatus this week. That man has the weirdest hair I've ever seen because there's no hair and his eyebrows are bushy. Shout out to you, Derek White. Shout out to Kyle at Chicken Dippin'. Hit him up online, chicken_dippin' on Instagram or chickendippin.com. Use code 716 for 15% off your order to have the best chicken wing experience of your life.
Yep. And also spread those wings, too. You got your spread the wing thing, too.
I am Buffalo Wing Butte.
Yep. So, yeah, guys, that is it. I'm the Ultimate Goku. He is the reigning 48. We're out of here. Peace. See you guys next week.